In today's episode, we're off to the region of Greater Poland, the very birthplace of Poland as a country. Countless monuments found here tell the story of the birth of Poland. In the 17th century, Greater Poland was described as a land flowing of milk and honey, and many claim it has remained so to this day. In this episode, we'll explore the long and important history of Greater Poland with a visit to its capital city, Poznań, and the smaller town of Gniezno. Back at home, we'll make an iconic potato dish of the region, and for dessert, we'll make chrust, Poland's famous fried dough strips, often called angel wings in English. I'm so fascinated by Poland's story, culture, cuisine, and beauty. Now it's time to explore how her story began.
Funding for this program is provided by Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union. Our credit union is more than a bank.
Baron Chocolatier.
LOT Polish Airlines offers non-stop flights from the United States to Europe via Poland or Hungary. Luggage, hot meals and drinks are all included. The in-flight entertainment system gives you access to a wide variety of movies and cartoons.
Be our guest. LOT Polish Airlines, a Star Alliance member.
Ernest Rust. Kitchens, wardrobes, interiors.
Welcome to Flavor of Poland. My name is Aleksandra August, and I'm so excited to take you on a delicious journey through my native country. I'm a Polish-American actress, but I also love to eat and I love to cook. Growing up in the States, I was always asked questions about Poland's culture, its history, and most of all, of course, about its food. So I finally decided to take all of you from back home, back here to my first home, and introduce you to its true flavor. Today we'll visit the Greater Poland region, home to the cities of Poznań, which is the capital of the region, and Gniezno. Both of these places played an incredibly significant role in the early formation of the Polish state, and as such, they're filled with some of the oldest historic objects and monuments from Poland's past. The city's numerous museums and old architecture tell the long story of Poland. This may be our most exciting visit yet. I invite you to join me for this very special walk through Greater Poland. A very important place on the map of Poznań is Ostrów Tumski. On this very island, the Tumski Island, over 1,000 years ago, one of the biggest settlements of the early Polish state was built. This was the settlement of Poland's first national ruler, Prince Mieszko I. According to historical speculation, it is likely that this was the site of Mieszko's baptism, the event that put Poland on the map of Europe amongst other Christian states and generally regarded as the birth of Poland. The Poznań Cathedral, officially called the Archcathedral Basilica of St. Peter and St. Paul, has been the heart of Ostrów Tumski in Poznań for over 100 years. This was the first cathedral of Poland. With an original construction dating back to the 10th century, it is one of the oldest and most impressive buildings left standing from that time period. The church was elevated to its status as a cathedral in 968, only a couple years after the historic baptism of Poland's first ruler. As the first cathedral in Poland, it had the right to function under the patronage of St. Peter, the same patron adopted by the Papal Basilica in the Vatican. In 1821, St. Paul was added as a second patron. Due to a number of serious fires and other tumultuous events throughout Poland's history, the cathedral went through several major renovations, and its styles have changed over time. Today, the building is restored to its original Gothic style with some of its original medieval relics intact. The cathedral is also the burial grounds of some of Poland's earliest and greatest rulers, including its first leader, Prince Mieszko I. Poznań received city rights in 1253. The rapid development of the city secured its location at the intersection of numerous trade routes, thanks to which craftsmen and merchants settled here, allowing the city to grow and flourish. In 1793, the Greater Poland region was occupied by Prussian armies, and the city of Poznań was incorporated into the Prussian state for over 100 years. This was the effect of the historic partitions of Poland. During the partitions, Poznań was a center of Poland's struggle for independence. It was here, in 1918, that the famous Greater Poland Uprising broke out. After regaining independence for the first 10 years, Poznań underwent intensive development. During World War II, Poznań was greatly damaged. Intensive reconstruction of the city began in 1945. Today, Poznań is one of the largest Polish industrial, scientific, cultural, commercial, and sports centers in the country. The Old Town Market Square in Poznań is the third largest square in Poland, after Kraków and Wrocław. The most beautiful and most valuable decoration of the Poznań Square stands at its central point, the elaborate town hall. The beginnings of Poznań's town hall date back to the 14th century. At the time, this was a two-story Gothic building. Today, only cellars survive from the early construction. The town hall was expanded in the 15th century. The beautiful tower was built at the turn of the 15th and 16th centuries. Today, the town hall in Poznań is a real pearl of preserved Renaissance architecture. Inside the town hall is the museum of the history of the city of Poznań, in which, among many other things, you can see one of the oldest monuments in the city, a pillory from 1535. The Poznań goats are an icon of the city and can be encountered every day in the Old Town Square, but you have to be on time. High overhead within the town hall tower, two billy goat figures connected with the elaborate clock emerge out from behind a door and buck heads 12 times exactly at noon every day. The goats are connected with a local legend associated with the construction of the Renaissance period town hall and have become a popular attraction for both locals and tourists. Featured in the center of the square is the city balance, as well as a set of very colorful tenement houses with arcades. These are remnants of the city's old commercial development. In the summer, the restaurants and cafes that line the perimeter of the square bustle with visitors from early morning and well into the night, while street performers fill the square with their music and entertaining acts. The Poznań Parish Church, or Poznańska Fara, is a collegiate basilica located in the area of medieval Poznań. It is the most beautiful Baroque period church in Poland. Its construction was initiated by the Jesuit order and began in 1651. Along with its interior decoration and equipment, the full construction process took about 100 years. The church's interior is full of gilding, wonderful stucco, monumental sculptures, and pictures placed on its walls and at its 15th century altars. Perhaps the greatest impression upon tourists, though, is made by the 150-year-old organs featured inside. They are the work of Friedrich Ladegast and are made of 2,600 pipes with 43 tones. On Saturdays, free concerts on the incredible organs are offered to the public. Poznań, like a number of other Polish cities, also has its trademark food product. This is the St. Martin croissant, or rogal świętomarciński, as it's called in Polish. These unique noble croissants with a white poppy seed filling have been the most important sweet delicacy of Poznań for over 150 years. Today, they have the status of a European Union protected geographical indication, which means they can only be created in Greater Poland according to a strictly defined recipe. The St. Martin croissants might be as high in calorie as they are delicious, but they are certainly worth it. You have to try them when you're in Poznań. The culinary traditions of Greater Poland are as old as the history of the region itself, and the secrets of what our ancestors here ate are still being uncovered. Initially, grains, flour, and groat products were at the root of the cuisine of Greater Poland. The uniqueness of the Greater Poland cuisine was decided in the 19th century when potato production became widespread in Poland. Przemek, I was walking through the beautiful city of Poznań and I heard a lot about your restaurant. People recommended it to me, and so I was very curious and I wanted to stop in and see what you had to offer.
Well, so we have something traditional, what is just only made in Poznań. So basically there is a rumpuć soup, and there is a kind of a vegetable soup with a kind of a sauerkraut. Soup in Poland, they're having something on a base that they have to make people warm, and then the people from Poland, they are eating a lot of soup during the winter because they are warm and they are just making you feel very quick.
But I want to highlight that the warmth, it doesn't just come from the temperature, it comes from the blend of spices and herbs and flavors.
And
all
everything
of
what
the
you can find
incredible
in here, and then
ingredients.
that makes you the warmth inside.
What else do we have in front of us?
It's a pyra z gzikiem.
Pyra means potato here in the Greater Poland region.
And gzik, there is a cottage cheese with a sour cream, mixed with some kind of the spices and then put on top of baked potato.
This region is big on potato consumption. How did that come about?
For many, many years, this greater Poland area was well known for producing of the nice potato, and then it's exported to all other areas in Poland. As well, it's a kind of long story about that from time when the Poland was in communism, and as well after the Second World War. So when there was a lot of products was kind of limited to get in Poland, that was the easiest way to create some kind of nice dinner as well.
Lovely. You have to come to Poznań to try this. The potatoes won't be the same anywhere else. What is this beautiful picture before us?
This is nice seasonal asparagus, which is as well kind of the home in Poznan, and they are just become very, very popular.
Wow. And then on top we have
Goat cheese. So as you can see, it's very soft when you just have just a little bite of it.
I need a moment. Wow. So we've got a vegetable, we've got the rich, creamy cheese, and we've got a little bit of sweetness with dried raspberries. What a blend of flavor. Wow.
Just real taste of Poland.
Thank you for the treat, Przemek.
Thank you.
You have to come here and try this for yourself. Gniezno is a city that will forever be associated with the birth of the Polish state. Its fate is inextricably linked to the fate of the whole nation. Although historians do argue whether it was Gniezno exactly or Poznań that was the first capital of Poland. No matter their debate, though, one thing is for sure. The region of Greater Poland is the place where Poland was born. I hear that Gniezno was the capital or one of the first capitals of Poland. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, it's debatable for some historians because you had something like Rex Ambulans in that time, in 9th, 10th century. So the ruler, prince or king was traveling, and actually the capital was where he was at that time. But you can point, I think, towards Gniezno as a symbolic cradle, at least, of the Polish nation, if not capital, because of its symbolic meaning, also as a religious cult center, Christian and pre-Christian.
Dramazy, places in the world like Gniezno have such a long history that they're filled with legends. And I know that there's a particular story that's related not only to the origins of Poland, but also is tied to the name of the city Gniezno. Can you tell me that story?
Actually, that's the legend of Lech, this guy here. Lech is the legendary founder of Gniezno and also Poland, therefore. The legend says that he was wandering through dense forests, and then they saw a very beautiful land with a little hill upon the lake, where they saw plenty of fish, plenty of animals in the woods. And there on the top of the hill he saw a big oak tree on which there was an eagle's nest. A nest in Polish is gniazdo, therefore the name Gniezno. And Lech pointed towards the hill and said to his fellow men that this is the place where we will start our city.
Located on historic Lech Hill, the Gniezno Cathedral is one of the most important monuments of this old city. The first building on this site was an oratory, the remains of which you can see in the basement of the cathedral today. In 970, Mieszko I built the first church on this site, and 7 years later, his wife Dąbrówka was buried there. In the year 1000, the body of the martyr Saint Adalbert rested here as well. The cathedral on Lech Hill in Gniezno reminds us of many events in the history of the Catholic Church and the Polish state. It is here in Gniezno that archbishops and then later primates executed the royal coronations of Poland. In 1025, the coronation of Poland's first king, Bolesław Chrobry, took place in Gniezno. Gniezno was the site of 5 royal coronations over 4 centuries and crowned Poland's earliest kings. In 1038, Bohemian Prince Przemysław I invaded Gniezno, leaving its boroughs burned, destroying and looting the cathedral and the ducal castle. As a result, Kazimierz the Restorer, then King of Poland, moved the capital to Kraków. So what do I eat here? What do you recommend?
Actually, there are a lot of places that you can find good, very good dining, very good kitchen. Here we have White Ace restaurant, which is famous for local cuisine, Wielkopolska region. And also we have very fine brewery that makes local beer with their own restaurant down here in Gniezno. And I think it's quite interesting, so maybe later on you could see some of that.
I think I will. Today, after many centuries, beer is once again being brewed in Gniezno. Found here is a very good brewery, literally Dobry Browar in Polish. The traditions surrounding its beer are just as great as the expectations around it, and I have to say without hesitation that they have been met. Located in the very center of Gniezno, the Dobry Browar pub not only serves great beer, but also offers a number of Greater Poland food pairings. My newfound friends here in the city highly recommended I give it a try and invited me in for a sample. Well, first of all, na zdrowie. Za spotkanie, as they say in Polish. Means to our meeting. Wow, what a unique taste. So tell me a little bit about what you do here. What's your vision with this pub?
So we brew our beer here from the beginning to the end, and we try to call back to our tradition, to medieval times. So that's why we decided to place the motif of medieval beer, playing the bagpipes. In our offer we have brewing tours, so you can watch all the process from the beginning to the end. And in the meantime, you can taste all different kinds of beer.
What do we have in front of us?
Pork knuckle with potatoes and fried cabbage.
Anya, this is such a great and tender meat. Tell me, how do you make this?
First, it's marinated in our beer, yes.
Wow.
So then it's boiled in with vegetables, you know, I think 2 hours or more. And I think that's why you feel this kind of, you know, tender flavor.
It falls apart in your mouth. It's really good. Well, I have to say I've had some good beer at the good brewery with some good food and, most importantly, good people. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
To hear that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Borrowing from the cuisine of the Greater Poland region, today we'll be making gzik. It's iconic baked potato with farmer's cheese, as well as chrust, also called faworki and known as angel wings in English. These delicately fried dough strips, gently sprinkled with powdered sugar, are a very popular Polish dessert, not to mention one that is quite addicting. It's one of my favorite Polish treats, and I'm excited to make it with you today. To make our gzik, we're going to need some fairly large potatoes. I'm going to use 3 today, but you can make less or more, it's up to you. You're gonna need 5 ounces of farmer's cheese, some salt and pepper for taste, a handful of chives, 5 tablespoons of oil. I'm using rapeseed oil, but you can use olive oil or butter for this part too. And then I've mixed it with my favorite herbs, lovage, cumin, and marjoram. So we'll start by preparing our foil. We'll need a piece for each of our potatoes, so I'm cutting 3. And then we'll take each potato one by one, salt and pepper it, drizzle over it with our oil and herbs, and then we'll just wrap this. And place it in our dish. Okay, great. Our potatoes are ready to place in the oven. We'll want to set it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we'll leave them in there for an hour. I think our potatoes should be done baking, so let's take them out. Now we'll also need to flavor our farmer's cheese, so you'll want to use about a flat ½ teaspoon of salt and then a little bit of pepper. Great. And mix that all together. Now we'll take one of our potatoes here. You have to be careful because it's hot. It soaked up all of the oil and herbs. We'll remove our foil here. Then we'll cut off the bottom part. And then we'll cut from the top in a cross direction. And we'll take this and place it in our dish here and open it up, separating these 4 pieces. Again, this is very hot, so be careful during this. Beautiful, and now we'll just scoop our farmer's cheese, kind of a big spoonful, dab it right in the middle. Take some chives, sprinkle them over the top. And that's it. A very simple dish, but I'm sure an incredible one. So let's give it a try. Very good. You can also make this over a campfire. The aromas of the burning wood will add to the taste of your potato. Now let's make our angel wings. What we'll need to make our chrust, or angel wings, is 2 cups of flour, about a half a cup of powdered sugar. We'll need half a teaspoon of salt, 6 egg yolks, a teaspoon of vinegar or spirit, if you can find it. I'll be using vinegar for my recipe today. A teaspoon of baking powder, and then 6 pretty full tablespoons of sour cream. Now we'll also need to prepare our oil for frying. So I've taken a medium-sized pot and I filled it about 1/3 of the way with rapeseed oil. I'm gonna turn my burner up to just a little under a medium heat level here and let this start to warm up. I've also set aside a plate where I will take out my chrust once it's done. Okay, so let's begin by making our dough. We're gonna take our 2 cups of flour and sift them onto our board here. We're gonna form a fairly large hole in the middle here. Okay, great. And then now we'll take our 6 egg yolks and pour them in 2 at a time or so, and kind of start to form the dough with your hands as you do this. You don't want them to pour off your countertop. And then I'll add in half a teaspoon of salt, my baking powder, my sour cream. Again, this is a part where you want to kind of start to form it so it doesn't drip away. And then, of course, my vinegar. And now we'll just use our hands to form our dough. Now once your dough is already formed, you can kind of start to press into it a little bit harder, because that will help to aerate it, which will make our angel wings more crisp and light. So now we'll take this bigger piece and we'll cut it into probably 5 smaller pieces, and then we'll take each one and roll it out. Now we want to make each piece very thin, because these are not called angel wings for no reason. Okay, that should be good. Now we're going to cut diagonal pieces and form rectangle strips along the length of our piece of dough here. Okay, and then we'll just slice a small hole through the middle of each strip. And then we'll toss one side through to kind of create a small knot through the middle. Just like that. Be careful not to rip the dough. You'll want to heat your oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it's that temperature, you can go ahead and start throwing in your dough strips to fry. And this is a very quick process, so you want to be careful here. We want them to get just a nice golden tone. No darker than that, so we'll have to flip them frequently here. Now I can see that these are really nice and light and fluffy, so that means we aerated our dough pretty well. All right, my angel wings are all fried and done. Now all that's left to do is to sift some powdered sugar over them. Feel free to add a lot, it only adds to their taste. Now when you make these for your family or friends, feel free to make more than one portion, because it isn't difficult to simply inhale them. Okay, here we go. Light as a feather and crispy. The powdered sugar adds a nice, delicate sweet on top. This might just be one portion for one person. They call it the land of milk and honey, and I have to say it's remained that way to this day. It's also the place with the longest part of Polish history. Greater Poland has surprised and amazed me in every way, and this sweet treat was just the sugar on top. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. I'll see you in the next episode of Flavor of Poland.
Funding for this program is provided by Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union. Our credit union is more than a bank.
Baron Chocolatier.
Lot Polish Airlines offers non-stop flights from the United States to Europe via Poland or Hungary. Luggage, hot meals and drinks are all included. The in-flight entertainment system gives you access to a wide variety of movies and cartoons.
Be our guest. Lot Polish Airlines, a Star Alliance member.
Ernest Roost. Kitchens, wardrobes, interiors.